we gotta talk about cover-ups. So I'm here at the shop today. I just finished up tattooing, and I've been seeing a lot of talk about cover-ups, how they work, what can and can't be done with cover-ups, and I really just want to try to clear up some misinformation. First off, most things can be covered by something. It might not be what you want it to be covered by, but it probably can be covered by something. Some general things to keep in mind while you're thinking about cover-ups is it's probably going to have to be bigger. You're pretty much going to have enough stuff going on around the old tattoo and through and over the old tattoo to kind of distract away from it. Because there's no way you can really whitewash over an old tattoo and just, well, I say that in some cases. But for the most part, you can't just slap something else over and have it completely disappear. You kind of have to engineer a space for that old tattoo to live inside the new one. Another one of the reasons that the new tattoo often has to be bigger than the old one is you have to kind of fit the flow and the shape of the body with the new tattoo. You definitely don't want it to just be like a weird sticker on top of the old tattoo. Otherwise, it's going to be really obvious what it is. At least more obvious to the point that you might be able to tell that there's something else under there. Depending on what kind of new tattoo style or design that you're looking at, you might be able to use some of the elements of the old tattoo as kind of texture or pattern in the new one, but it entirely depends on what kind of look you're going for. If you're watching this on YouTube, if it's something along these lines where it's kind of gross and textured and it's got a lot of stuff going on there, the old tattoo might lend itself pretty well to being more visible as part of the new tattoo. Whereas something like this, where it's more of a kind of clean, stylized piece, it might be more difficult to find a good place for that old tattoo to be hidden. One of the things to consider with a cover-up is it's almost certainly going to take longer than the original tattoo did, and it may even take more sessions, depending on where the tattoo is, your skin texture, how old and or faded the tattoo is. Whatever you put on top of the tattoo or around it, you may have to end up going over that several times to get the depth and texture and all that you need to adequately hide that tattoo. Because to reiterate, it's not so much about just covering the old tattoo. You've got to find a place in the new tattoo for the old one to live. Now, as far as pain level, for the most part, a tattoo is just a pretty scar. And going over any sort of scar tissue, there's a chance it's going to hurt more. So a lot of times, doing a cover-up will hurt a little bit more than the original tattoo, at least on the part of the new piece that's going over the original. Scar tissue does tend to hurt a little bit more. When you're looking at designs, thinking about a cover-up, my suggestion is to not look for any specific piece, but to find as much reference material as possible to take your artist. You and your artist should be able to sit down and kind of sift through all the reference material to find the pieces that will and won't work in covering the old tattoo. That way both of you can have a solid plan on what's going to work the best. I've had people bring me designs that are super open, have a lot of like skin showing, or super light colors, or even just a bunch of lettering to try to cover something solid black. And certain things like that, it's just not doable. If you try to place lettering over a tattoo that's covering a large area that's solid black, you're still going to be able to see all of that tattoo under that lettering. Even though the new tattoo might be a little bit darker, it's not going to do anything to get rid of the old tattoo. And as a matter of fact, if the old tattoo is too dark, you may be better off finding someone to laser that for you to at the very least lighten it up before you try to put something over top of it. Even just 1 or 2 sessions lasering an old tattoo will give you a much better chance of being able to cover that old tattoo with something that you actually like. And depending on the type of tattoos that you have and that you want, whatever style that you in particular like, there's probably going to be a way to make it work, but color tattoos do make cover-ups a little bit easier in most cases. You can definitely do black and gray cover-ups, depending on the original piece, but a lot of times you'll still have to use opaque gray pigments to cover almost everything, and even then you'll still be able to see some of the old tattoo through it, so it might take multiple sessions to solidify that enough to smooth everything out. Just keep in mind that tattoos don't really work like paint on a canvas, where you can just kind of solidly paint over the old piece with a new color. It's more along the lines of, say, like design markers or watercolors, where each subsequent layer is going to be, for the most part, transparent and have to utilize a good design to hide it. But as far as final thoughts, as a follow-up, just Remember that you have to be flexible. Things in life rarely work out perfectly, obviously, if you're looking to cover up an old tattoo. So sometimes you may need to be able to compromise on what's going to be able to cover that old tattoo. It's not going to be as easy or perfect as it would be with just fresh, untattooed skin, and you may not be able to choose the exact design that you want. At a certain point, you pretty much just have to work with what you have and what you can do. But no matter what, find the artist that's right with you. Do your research, look around, find an artist that does work the way that you think a perfect tattoo should look. And even still, make sure that they're reputable and that they're clean. Make sure that they have the type of work that you're looking to get in their portfolio. Don't compromise on finding a good artist. And with a cover-up, going cheap is probably not the way to go either. It may cost a little bit more, but it's definitely going to be worth it if you find the right artist. So if you all have any specific questions, feel free to contact me directly at shaynesimmons.com. Shoot me a message anytime. Other than that, find me on all the other social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. God, I love TikTok. And definitely like and subscribe here. It gives us the serotonin. Oh, also, if you sign up to be a subscriber on my website, you can get information on sales that I run on all my merch and artwork. Somebody actually just won a free shirt not too long ago. Oh, and I'm on Twitch now. Find me on Twitch. I've been live streaming some of my tattoos. And if you join the Art of the Flying Eye Discord server, sometimes you can even voice chat with me while I'm doing the tattoo. So definitely join the Discord server. You'll be notified whenever I go live. You'll be able to see the final product when I post that. There are actually several other artists in the Art of the Flying Eye Discord server that stream regularly as well. So definitely feel free to check them out. I should also have some new merch designs coming out soon and new artwork. Maybe I'll do some flash sales. Should I do flash sales? Let me know in the comments. So until next time, stay rad, y'all.